Welcome to Most Loved Wrestling, the place where wrestling is most loved. Now NXT Heatwave is over, Money in the Bank weekend is complete, which means that I can finally sleep. It was a whirlwind, a lot happened, some booking and execution issues, but overall, the in-ring work was spectacular from everybody involved. Now I got the impossible task of calling 5 MVPs from NXT Heatwave. Believe me, I was conflicted, but you know what, I landed. Now before we proceed, I would appreciate you putting a like on this video, subscribing to my bullshit and hitting the notification bell. It helps with the algorithm. So if you like what I'm doing and believe that the world deserves to bear witness, then this is how you can make it happen. Now let's start with the match results. Obafemi is still the ruler of the world. Pilani Jordan proves that she's one of a kind. Fraser and Axiom retain their tag team titles. Roxanne Perez shows that they're not on her level. And somehow All Ego's ego has found a way to get even bigger because he's the new NXT champion. Other developments, Brooks Jensen's going to be attending NXT this week and he's going to be having a sit down with Ava Raine and Shawn Michaels. 4 matches have been booked for this week's NXT. Ariana Grace versus Carmen Petrovic, the OC versus the OTM, Gallus versus Tyreek and Tyson, and Tony D'Angelo is going to defend the Heritage Cup against Lexis King. My thoughts on the show: Obafemi has absolutely no business catching and throwing around grown men like this. This shit is ridiculous. I gotta salute Wesley's in-ring prowess. He's selling, his recovery, the guy's sick, but no one can beat Obafemi now. They had the story, they didn't do it. Obafemi can truly call himself the ruler of the world now. I was ready to get my soul snatched because I know that no one can do it like Lani or Soul. I knew that this match was going to set a standard and elevate the Women's North American Championship, and boy did it. Like, when was the last time you saw a springboard 450 clothesline on top of all of these flips that they're doing anyway? Soul Ruka and Kalani, they're meant to be friends, but I'm sure that Soul Ruka was on killing this woman if she had to get that title. But of course, Kalani retains, and she's truly just got this champion's vibe. Like, I could imagine if NXT was doing a thing like going on talk shows and parading their champions, Kalani would be the perfect representation to go on that show. Lola Vice was wrestling as a babyface in this match, which means that Roxanne Perez was wrestling as the heel. She's working over the arm and whatnot. And I kid you not, Lola Vice kicked out her Pop Rocks. She got another one on top of the announce table, kicked out of that, got put in the crossface, survived that. Remember, Lara Valkyria tapped out to the crossface. Lola Vice survived it, then she got 2 back-to-back Pop Rocks to put her away. She got a third one in between the two, but that flopped, so Roxanne picked her up and did it again because she's not stupid and gonna just carry on like it didn't flop. Which is good. I love it when they do that. If it flops, fix it, do it again, make it so that I can believe that person is put away and pinned. Thank you for that, Roxanne. In my head, I believe they've done a good job of leveling up Lola. Is she going to be going forward as a babyface full time? I hope so, because if you saw her on a poster and you didn't watch wrestling, you would look at her and think, she's got to be one of the good guys. She looks like a good guy. So, well, good girl. So they should have her as a babyface, especially as Roxanne Perez needs people to go up against her. There's nobody there for her right now on the roster. The only other people that you could say is somewhat viable would be JC Jane. And JC Jane is in the mid-card right now and is a heel. So it's only heels around the woman's title. It doesn't really make sense like that. But what would make sense is them keeping Lola Vice as a babyface and booking her that way. And the main event match was great. And Javon Evans, he really showed me something. He took a steel chair shot in mid-air from Sean Spears. Then he done the Montez Ford suicide dive through the barricade onto Trick Williams. He kicked out of an avalanche C4. After that, he's somehow hitting top rope Spanish flies. Cody Rhodes needs to go down and tell him to stop doing the hold it in the road because he's putting his Cody cutter to shame. He almost won the title on 2 occasions, but Trick Williams had to stop him. And Trick Williams decides the best thing to do is give him the worst table bump in the history and murder this kid. Push him off the springboard, through the announce table. The guy's dead. Even the crowd thought he was dead. They was chanting RIP. And I thought RIP as well. Can't lie. I'd probably say that this is the most creative title change that I've seen since JBL and Eddie. You could put John Cena and Sheamus in that category, but I don't really call that creative. I call that more playing it safe, protecting John Cena. It added nothing to the storyline, unlike when Eddie Guerrero and JBL had the situation, and I believe that this is going to go nicely into the storyline. This is the way that Ethan should win. It fits Ethan Page. Trick Williams done all the heavy lifting, done all the dirty work. Javon Evans was killed through the table. He manages to resurrect himself, come back to life, then takes a trick shot. But Trick Williams is rated E for everyone. He gives a trick shot to Ethan Page too. Ethan Page lands on top of Javon Evans. Sean Spears grabs the legs of Trick Williams and holds him outside of the ring so that Trick Williams cannot break up the pin. He didn't mean it, I don't think he meant it, but that's what he caused. So an unconscious Ethan Page is on top of an unconscious Javon Evans, pinning him 1, 2, 3 with no one to stop the pin, and he is now the new NXT champion. But now for the NXT Heatwave MVPs, we got Soul Rika in at 5. They was flying everywhere. This match was incredible. The only reason why she's not higher is because I did not see the Soul Snatcher. Her opponent, the woman who defeated her, is at 4, and for the exact same reasons as Soul. I love that match. The only reason why she's higher is because she won. Third place stepping on the podium is Obafemi. Every time I watch this man, I'm in awe. He's an NXT champion just waiting to happen. I mean, look at this shit, man. Second place, the new NXT champion, Ethan Page. Why not? What a match, what a finish, what a story. I cannot wait to see Trick Williams crash out on Tuesday. And he adds to the idea to the AEW guys that, hey, I can go over to WWE if it's not working out here, which is what we need. It's clear now to all them AEW guys, there's no tyrannical, immature, but somehow still senile jackass running the company. So first it was Cody Rhodes, then we had Jade Cargill, and now it's Ethan Page that adds to the list of successful AEW to WWE crossovers. And for me, the MVP is the young OG. Now I said that he shouldn't be in this match. I said that he needs more time, and I stick to that. But boy, am I glad he was in this match. And I know, he ate the pin. How can he be MVP? Well, I'm telling you, he was undeniably the best performer in that match. And you have to look at it. The match has got Trick Williams, Sean Spears, and Ethan Page. Ethan Page and Sean Spears are veterans in the industry, and still it manages to be Javon Evans, which is the MVP of that match. That's crazy to say considering the content. Literally blew my mind. The future is bright. RIP Javon. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. Don't forget to leave a like. Remember to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.